third video of my decluttering series. I hope you guys are enjoying this series so far. It's actually taking me quite a lot more time and effort to film this series than I originally thought, especially my last video, which was my eye makeup declutter. It took me forever to film the portion on eyeliners because I just had so many, and swatching them all and making sure I got all the names down, it actually took a lot of time. But I'm definitely glad I did it because I got rid of a lot of products that I'm not using. Anyway, in today's decluttering video, I'm going to be going through brow products and concealers. I do not have a lot of brow products on the go at the moment, or ever really. Brow products are just something that I tend to purchase when I am like slowly running out of the current one that I'm using. So I don't have a lot of those, but I do have quite a few concealers that I have to sift through. I definitely should have included the concealers as part of my first decluttering episode, which was bases and foundations, but I totally forgot, so I'm going to do it for you guys today. So the way I store my brow products and concealers is pretty much the way that I store all my other makeup. I keep the bulk of the products in my Alex drawer, and then the ones that I'm currently using I keep in my bathroom in a Muji set. So without further ado, let's start with brow products. So these are all of the brow products that I have, so really not that many. I'll start with this. This is the Anastasia Brow Wiz in dark brown. This is brand new. I just picked it up because I really love this, so it's kind of like a backup, but I'm waiting until I finish the next product that I have here. The Hourglass Brow Sculpting Pencil in dark brunette. I love this pencil also. It's just one of those dual-ended ones. I'm almost out of this though. So this is actually all the product that I have left. So I'm almost through this. I really like this, so I will be keeping it until I finish it. The Brow Mousse by Tweezerman. I will also be keeping this. It's still in pretty good shape. It is just a clear brow gel, but I like it to set my brows. This is the Eyenhance Tweezerman Brow Definer and Highlight Duo. I'm going to say goodbye to this, mainly because if I ever use this duo, I only use the highlight end, which is just a really pretty kind of a champagne color. However, the brow definer is not really that great. It's not very pigmented. It's just not a really great brow pencil, so I'm just gonna go ahead and say goodbye to this one. Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade in dark brown. I also really like this. This is a new or a fairly new jar, so I will keep this, and I do like this for when I want a bit more dramatic brows. The Benefit Gimme Brow Brow Gel. This is the one that also has the microfibers in it to make your brows look a bit fuller. I really like this. I like the small wand. This is really great to use alone or in conjunction with an actual brow product. And then these two brushes I will also be keeping. They're both from Anastasia. This is number 12 and number 7. This is essentially what I have in terms of concealer. I have a pretty good assortment. I have some liquid, some cream, things that are more like highlighters, also a powder in there. So let's get to decluttering. I have two of the Maybelline Fit Me concealers. I actually really like these concealers. I have two of them because at one point I was mixing them both together. So one is in 25 medium and the other one is 20 sand. For the most part, I'm better suited to 25 medium, so I'm going to get rid of 20 sand because I just don't use it as often, and really to mix them together is too cumbersome for me. So gonna get rid of this one, but I will keep 25. The NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer is by far my favorite concealer of the bunch. I just absolutely love it for my under eyes and also any spots that I may have. These two are the exact same shade. It's in ginger, and it's just the perfect shade for me. This is just an old one that I am trying to use up, and this is a newer one that I just recently picked up. I find that this concealer actually lasts quite a long time for me. I haven't repurchased it in forever, but absolutely love it, especially once you take the stopper off. I mean, it does get quite messy, but you get way more product out of it. This one is pretty much on its last leg, so I'm just going to say goodbye to this one and keep the new tube. This little trio is from Essence, and I actually really like this 3-in-1 concealer. This was my second one. I've had it for a really long time though, and I just kind of forgot about it, but I used to really like this. So it's one of those palettes that has correcting shades and then also a concealer shade, and I really like this, but I'm going to say goodbye to this because when I swatched it the other day, I just felt like the formulation of the cream products has kind of changed. It's probably because this has been sitting in my collection for a long time. I'm actually not even sure if you can get this anymore, but this was a really great product, so hopefully it does still exist. These two color correcting pencils are from Avon, and they're in two different shades, so light and medium. I actually really like this too. It's in a pencil form, which is not typical for a concealer, but it actually works really well for little blemishes that I have on my skin. I'm going to say goodbye to the light one because it's a bit too light for me, but I will keep the medium because it's a really great color match actually. This is another beloved product. This is the YSL Touche Eclat. And this is more of a brightening highlighter type product rather than a full-on concealer, but I really like this. It is definitely one of my favorite products. It's really easy to use. This is really great to brighten your under eyes, not necessarily cover up any blemishes. I'm going to say goodbye to this particular one because it's pretty much on its last leg, but I do already have a backup of it. This is my favorite corrector of all time. This is from Giorgio Armani. It's their Master Corrector in number 2. They only come in 2 shades. One is a pink and then the other one is this kind of orangey color. Really like this for under the eyes. Right before I put on like a layer of concealer, I actually can use this even alone and it really helps brighten my under eyes. I'm actually running low on this. Not sure if you can tell, but there's only probably about this much product left, but I'm definitely going to keep it until I run out and then I will for sure go out and pick another one up. This is the Covergirl and Olay Eye Rehab, and this is a 2-in-1 kind of concealer and eye cream. I really like this for when I'm in a rush in the mornings. It's just really easy to slap on and it's hydrating under the skin. It's nowhere near like a full coverage concealer. It doesn't really cover anything up. It really is more of a brightener. So I actually really like this, and this is my second little bottle of this. This is the Olay Anti-Aging Eye Cream Line and Dark Circle Minimizing Brush. I don't really like this as much. It's kind of like a poor man's YSL Touche Eclat, but nowhere near as good, and it has a really big clunky brush on it. I do find the product to be moisturizing under the eyes, but if I were to choose between this one and the Covergirl and Olay, because they're kind of similar in formulation, I would definitely choose this one. So I'm just going to say goodbye to this because I will not likely ever use it. The Bye Bye Under Eye Concealer from IT Cosmetics. This is, from what I hear, a really great concealer. It just does not work for me. I've had this for a really long time, probably 4 years now actually, and even when I first got it, it just didn't work as well as I thought it would. Maybe it's because it's a full coverage product and I don't really like that look because it doesn't look very natural on me. But for under the eye, maybe it's because I have too many like under eye creases. It just doesn't look natural on me. So I'm going to say goodbye to this one. The MARC Super Conceal Full Coverage Concealer. I have 2 shades again in this because it was a press sample. So one is in very light and one is in light medium. I also really like this. It's great for under the eye and also for any blemishes. I'm only going to be keeping the darker of the two, which is in light medium. This one, which is very light, is a bit too light for my skin tone, but I do like this product a lot. Another Covergirl and Olay concealer. This is the De-Puffer Eye Concealer. I like the formulation of this quite a bit actually, but I don't like the applicator. So the applicator is this like cool metal tip here, and it just doesn't really work very well in blending the product in, which is what I presume the intent for it is, because it's really nice and cooling on the skin, but it just doesn't blend the product in very well. So I'm going to say goodbye to this because it's a bit too cumbersome to use and I just don't find the applicator to be useful. The Covergirl Ready Set Gorgeous Concealer. I like this one a lot and I have used it a couple of times. It just has a doe foot applicator. It has a really nice formulation. It's kind of a sheer concealer. It's not full coverage by any means, but I do like it because it does brighten the under eyes. So I will keep this one. The Tru Blend Fix Stick Concealer from Covergirl. Again, this is medium light, good color match. However, I really am not a fan of this formulation and I also really don't like the scent of it. It smells like a Crayola stick, which is not something that you want to be putting on your face really. And I find it to be kind of sticky. So I don't know, I'm just not a huge fan of it. So I am going to say goodbye to this one also. The Shiseido Natural Finish Cream Concealer. This is a really great product too. I rarely use this concealer for my under eyes. I like the formulation a lot, but I prefer to use it on blemishes that I may have on my face. But I do really like this, so I'm going to keep this. I have 2 of the Magic Lumi concealer from L'Oreal. I bought this because I thought it would be a replacement for my YSL Touche Eclat. It really isn't, but it is a nice product. Again, it's more of a brightening concealer than a, full coverage concealer, but I do like it. It does brighten up my under eyes when I use it. So I will keep both of these. This one is actually brand new. I haven't even opened it yet, but I do like these, so I'll keep them. And then the last kind of concealer product, it's not really concealer, but it is for the under eyes. This is from Bare Minerals. It is the multitasking powder in Well Rested. So this is the one that's for the under eyes. It's just supposed to be kind of like a, I don't know, you can use it alone as a brightener, or you can use it to set your concealer. I don't use this all the time. Really, I just use it if I'm in a rush. This isn't a miracle worker by any means. It's not like you can just slap this on and all of a sudden your dark circles disappear, but it does work well in brightening your under eye, and it's great for those no makeup days. So I will be keeping these 12 products here, and I will be saying goodbye to these 10 concealers. So now that we have brow products and concealers done, I only have a few more categories to go. The next video will hopefully be my cheek products, so bronzers, blushes, and highlighters. That one may also be a long video. I may have to cut it up into those 3 different categories, but we will see. I'm definitely enjoying the decluttering series. I'm definitely very excited to continue on the decluttering road. It just feels really good. I mean, at first there's a shock of all the money that you wasted, but at the same time, it just feels good to lighten the load. But enough of my rambling. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this episode of my decluttering series. Stay tuned for my next video, possibly videos, depending on how long it really takes me to go through all of my cheek products. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, and I will see you very soon. Bye!